What's going on, guys? Today we are in Marietta, Georgia again, checking out some new construction houses. Now, you know how I do with these videos? I pretty much consider myself like the video version of a Zillow, where I know on Zillow you can scroll pictures all day long and try to figure out, what size different things are in the house or what it's really like. But hopefully these videos give you a little bit more insight into these homes, and then with my commentary I just hope that it'll help you at least make a more formidable decision if it's a house that you like or not. I like to keep these open for discussion, so please, in the comments, feel free to leave your feedback if you disagree with anything that I say, or if you just have any comments on, say, like fit and finishes or things that you like or don't like in the house. They're all welcomed, so feel free to check it out. So we are actually in historic Marietta, so pretty close to the Marietta Square. This house is one of those where someone found a piece of land in the city and decided to build here. So we're not like in a subdivision or anything, which is pretty popular out here in the suburbs. But I kind of like these houses because these builders typically have to do just a little bit more to get their house looked at. So a lot of times these houses will have some character to it and some upgrades that you won't really find in homes in the bigger neighborhoods at this price point. So speaking of price point, this house is listed at just under $950,000. It has 6 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and just over 4,400 square feet. It does have a full basement, and that basement has a kitchen. So we're going to go inside and check it out. And of course, the first thing that I wanted to point out is these doors. So these are metal doors, and it feels like a bank vault. Like, they're just very heavy when you open it, which is pretty good. Gives you a very luxury feel. It closes. It reminds me of the door of like a G-Wagon. Like anytime that you hear somebody talk about a G-Wagon, they always talk about the door and how heavy it is and how solid it sounds when you close it. And that's what this door reminds me of. So very nice. Again, you don't see much of these at all, especially at this price point. Normally into the, over $1 million, you definitely see it. So that's a nice feature there. So as you walk in, you pretty much have an open floor plan on the main level. To the right, you do have your guest bathroom, which I like that it's far away from everything. So if you have guests over using this restroom and they got to blow it up, it's far away from the rest of the house. I don't know what it is with guests sometimes, but it seems like they always got a boo-boo when they come over to your house. So if they do, they'll be far away. So this house has crown molding everywhere. Large molds at the bottom too. I like this wood floor. It is a darker color than I typically would go with, but it's not too dark. And it has like different variations of brown, a little bit of green in there. Kind of give it some texture and some character. It's a pretty nice choice on the floors. And here's the kitchen to start off with. Now, I think they were a little bit bold on the backsplash. Me, myself, I like more of a simpler design, a cleaner look. Sometimes the busy designs work. And this one, what I can say is that they did tie in all the colors, at least. So a little bit busier than I'd like, but still a pretty nice choice to tie in everything. So your countertop or your cabinets are like a cream color. Then you have the quartz countertops with the strong striations going throughout. And then up here you do have this glass that's kind of a tannish color, or maybe it's clear, but the inside is tan. Yeah, that's what it is. So that actually works out because, again, the tile kind of matches everything if you can see it on the camera. You got your microwave down here. This is always kind of a negative to me. I like the fact that it's built in, but the fact that you have to bend down to put your stuff in, I didn't realize it was a drawer. This is the second time I've seen one like this. So the drawer, I guess, kind of helps out. But the fact that you got to bend down to get in there, with me being a little bit taller, it's a little bit of a negative to me, but it is a positive that it's built in. I like that feature there. These fixtures are an interesting choice, but it all works together. Again, some of these stuff that I'm pointing out is definitely not going to say, make someone not choose this house. It's definitely not a deal breaker in these houses, and these are things that can be changed. If you wanted to change them, like if I bought it, I would just switch them out. But I'm sure some people would like it themselves. So here's another look at the kitchen. You got the waterfall quartz on the island. Pretty nice. I like that this space right here is pretty wide. The kitchen's actually pretty huge. Got you a gas stove here. And then a pot filler, which is a must in a lot of new constructions. If you're gonna go ahead and build a house, why not just add the pot filler to it? So nice pantry here. And one thing you're gonna notice about this house that all the closets and storage spaces have built-ins. So as I've been touring homes here in Marietta, that's kind of been a theme that's going on. So I'll get you another good look of your kitchen space. Let me know in the comments what you think about this kitchen. Is it perfect for you? Would you change anything? I'd be interested to know. So before I check out the living room and dining and everything over there, we will check out this area, which is pretty much where the garage, mudroom, and your laundry room. So again, they did not miss when it comes to shelving in this house. This mudroom is pretty decked out. Got you some shiplap in there with some shelving, some places to put your muddy boots, all that good stuff. And then you have this laundry room. So this easily became one of my favorite laundry rooms that I've seen in a while for two reasons. One, just the placement of that sink and that whole countertop area. It just fits for that area. And it just makes it feel kind of inviting. And then two is this flooring. It's like a tile, kind of looks like cement. But it just brings, all the colors together. And a lot of times in laundry rooms, they go kind of crazy with the tile that they use. But I really do like this look. Another little thing that I've noticed about this house, and it's paying attention to detail, which I like what the builder did, is that all the floor transitions are very smooth. See, nothing gets caught there. And a lot of people get this wrong in a lot of new construction that I see. So sometimes it'll be up, like 1/4 inch. And I understand that what I've learned, because I'm in the process of building a house too, it just all depends on the type of flooring that you use. So this is actual wood floor, so it's thick enough to match the tile to make this transition. So if this was like a LVP, it would be a lot thinner, and then there would be a little raise up there. And again, it's not a big deal for a lot of people, but me personally, I just really like little things like that. We have our garage here. So your standard 2-car garage. The floor is coated. It's a very nice touch. And that's about it. It would have been nice if there was, a little bit of extra storage in here. But I'm not seeing any, which is fine. Another thing that I did notice too, I don't know if it's a code requirement, but up here you see some sprinklers in the garage. And these sprinklers are not cheap, but they do come in handy if they're ever needed. And I do know this because my brother's house recently caught on fire. And he has sprinklers in his garage. And the fire started in the garage. And those sprinklers saved the house. So not every house have them. Some places you go, it's code and they're required. Some other places don't require them. So that's very nice. So here's your dining and your living room. So this floor plan, I haven't really seen one like this before. And I'm gonna point out a couple of things just to get some context, but it does have the primary bedroom on the main level. So anytime you have the primary bedroom on the main level, it kind of robs space from your living room and your dining room. So some houses I've been in where you have the primary on the main, the primary is very small, but then you get a big living room and kitchen and dining and all that. But trying to make all that space work on one level, something's going to sacrifice a lot of the times. And I think here, the living room sacrificed a little bit. It's not that big for the amount of square footage that this house has. And again, this house has 4,400 square feet, just over 4,400 square feet. So you don't have like a formal dining room. It's just wide open, this space right here. This would be a perfect scenario, which it could have been staged at once, but this is a perfect, scenario when you're trying to understand the space, especially if it doesn't look as big as you would like it to be. If it was staged and they had furniture in here and it was set up nicely, that could definitely help you understand how to make use of the space. But nonetheless, you could get a pretty nice size dining table here. It would go under this light, of course. But then again, if it's too big, then you're out here with it. And then your walkway is a little bit smaller. The spaces kind of get a little funny, especially, chairs will probably come out to right here. And if that's the case, you start eating into your living room space and figuring out, how everything would look in here. So what I really do like about this is that they did open up this area, so it is vaulted, and then they went ahead and so the vaulting definitely makes it feel a lot bigger, but then what makes it a little bit cozy is just having these the wood beams and then the wood going all across the ceiling there. So that's very nice. You have this fireplace. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Me personally, not a biggest fan of the fireplace. Again, this is just my personal opinion on it. Some people love it, some people don't like it. So a couple of things for me. I'm not a big fan of gloss and this tile that's on it, this marble. It might be marble, or it's marble or tile. It's very glossy. And I'm more of a satin matte guy, but I am a guy, so I kind of lean towards that. Also, with these wood ceiling and beams and kind of giving that almost mountain feel, if you just kind of look right here, it doesn't really match as much to me, especially having the electric fireplace, which I understand why you'd go electric. Sometimes it can be cheaper to do electric than the gas fireplace, and then you don't have to worry about all the inspections, and over time, the maintenance on a gas fireplace or a wood fireplace can be much. One thing that I do like, and I've been looking into a house that I'm building, instead of going with an electric fireplace, they do have the water vapor fireplace. So it gives you a little bit more depth. But if you see here with this electric one, you really only have like an inch, and then the flame is kind of come up on like it looks like a little screen. A lot of times I like the more natural look, especially with having this space come out so much for that to not be that deep. It's kind of interesting to me, but whatever floats your boat. I'm not knocking it, but just for my personal preferences, I would, if they did not want to go the gas or the natural fireplace route, then I would have went with the water vapor one, which would give you the depth, and the flames actually look pretty real. So that's about it for the living room space. Have a nice loft up there. All the lights are turned off up there. I tripped the breaker earlier, so I'm going to try to take care of that, or at least try to do the tour, and hopefully the lights being off is not an issue. But this is your living room, your dining space, and your kitchen. Off of that space, you do have your primary bedroom. So the colors of the wall, this is like a very, very, very light blue, like a shell ocean type blue. Actually pretty good to see, because a lot of people is just painting everything white. So to have a little bit of color is, it's nice to see. A lot of people use the excuse like, oh, I'm painting it white because people can make it their canvas and everything. But I think the days of adding character to homes, I think that should come back. For a while, everything was a canvas, and just trying to play it safe. So you got the wood on the ceiling to continue that theme from the living room. Here's your bathroom. Got the large tile down here. And then the matching shower as well. Got you a tub to soak in. I do want to know in the comments, like, how many people actually use the tub or would use a tub in their house? It's always an interesting one to me. It's always hit or miss. Some people don't really care for it at all. I was dealing with someone the other day who we went and looked at a pretty nice house and it did not have a tub, and that was the one of the deal breakers for them. Me personally, I don't really care for it. Since it's new construction, my wife would be good with it. She would not use a tub like, in a resale house. So we have a tub in our house and she will not use it. So here's your vanities. Of course, dual vanities as you would expect. I do like this countertop that they have on it. It's your water closet. Nothing special there. Frosted the windows. I've been getting in the comments about frosted windows in the bathroom for privacy. So over the tub, nobody can see in here no matter what, because it is frosted. So that's nice. And then we have the closet. Ladies, let me know. Are you going to be sharing this closet with your significant other? I think it's a pretty good space. The fact that it has the shelving is going to help you organize. I mean, you can at least give the fella this and this right here. And ladies, you can take all of that. What do y'all think? So that wraps it up for the primary suite. And then we'll take it upstairs. All right, so taking it upstairs, one thing you're gonna realize about this house is there's no carpet anywhere. And that is something that I really like at this price point. I don't want no carpet. I know some people do like carpet in the bedrooms, and I'm okay with that. But a lot of times carpet just signals to me, especially from like back in the day, that you're just trying to save money on flooring. And if I'm gonna spend $950,000 on a house, I don't want to feel like you try to save money on anything. I want to feel like you've overbuilt my house. I want to feel like you've put maybe too much stuff in my house. So you see the crown molding still here. You do have this huge loft area up here. So I like the loft, but I don't know I like the placement of the loft. And here's why. If you have, say, teenage kids, or if this is really going to be a designated, like, another recreational space for you, where you're going to watch TV, hang out and everything, all the noise from here is going to make it over to anybody who's trying to enjoy their space down here, and vice versa. So if you're mom and dad and you're downstairs watching a game or maybe watching a soap opera or whatever, that's fine. But then you have your kids or the teenagers up here and they're playing their video games, blasting the Xbox. Y'all are just going to be conflicting a little bit. So that's my only gripe with this loft. But the fact that they even have this space, I mean, this is huge. This could have been another bedroom, even though this house probably doesn't need any more bedrooms. It has 6 of them. It could have been, it's just interesting where it's at. But it's still very nice. You get a nice view down. I'm not mad at it. Did not check this out before. So you do have a huge closet in here. And up here you have 3 bedrooms. And all of them pretty good size. So you have 1 bedroom here. Again, no carpet on the floors. We'll check out the closet. Remember, it is a huge closet for this bedroom. All closets have these built-ins as well. And this room has its own bathroom connected to it. So that's a plus, plus, plus for this room. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the shiny tile. Makes it seem like a nail salon to me or something like that. Here's another pan around of the room. But again, whatever floats your boat. I'm gonna walk out. You have a huge closet right here. I would turn the light on, but I don't want to trip the breaker. So just a huge storage closet. And then you have 2 other bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom. So another bedroom here with another huge closet. You have storage space galore in this house. And you have your built-ins as well. Again, no carpet. This is the Jack and Jill bathroom. So this bathroom has the same wood floors going through it. And not the tile like the other one. Oh, I didn't even see this. Hope I don't trip the breaker. So there's some busy tile. And then you have it here too. So I do understand, like, there is an actual thing that builders do, is that when you have a lot of bathrooms in the house, instead of all of them being cohesive, each of them have their own vibe. And I think we've seen that so far. Every bathroom has just been so different. And remember that whole thing when I was saying, like, sometimes you walk through houses and you feel like they're just trying to save money? They definitely didn't do that on this house. If you're going to be having a bunch of different bathroom designs, because that means a bunch of leftover tile that you can't really, reuse throughout the house. So that should make you feel like the money you spent on the house has gone a long way. So that wraps up your main level of the house and your upstairs. Of course, the bonus is the basement. You have 2 more bedrooms in the basement, and then a bathroom down there and a full kitchen. Before we go out there, let's just check out this backyard. Look how tall this door is. That's a nice feature. The door feels solid too. And so you have a nice covered deck here, which to me is a must-have. Got a huge yard. 3 AC condensers there. Huge rectangle lot. So a lot of the value in this house is location and just how flat your lot is. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. And we will check out the basement. So this house is a great candidate for multi-generational living, simply because the basement is finished. Nowadays, homes are pretty expensive. Expensive in price, expensive in interest rates, all that good stuff. So what you have in this fully built out basement with a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, bathroom. You can have parents or grandparents living here if you want them downstairs, or work it out however you want. Here's the bathroom for down here. Again, had its own kind of vibe going to it. Got a bedroom over here. Let's see if they even put built-ins down here. Yep. So we got your built-in shelving and the closets down here. Did not skimp. The floor down here is LVP. That's very common in the basement. You're gonna put this LVP floor throughout. So similar design as the one upstairs. It's just not wood, it's LVP. You got the beams going across here and a couple of fans. So they didn't skimp on design features down here too for it to match the rest of the house. So you have your kitchen area. Even though the tile is contrasting, it's a little bit more subtle from the tile that's upstairs. Got your nice gas stove, your microwave, huge sink, and a refrigerator. And you get all the appliances in here. So that's another good thing about when you buy a new construction from someone who's not like the big box builder building a whole neighborhood, because they're not trying to give you any refrigerators, and this house comes with 2 of them. So there you go. This is your service room. So you have some of your mechanics in here. And your final bedroom, which is pretty huge. So that about wraps it up for this house. If you know anybody who's looking for a multi-generational home, this may be the one for you. Beautiful property. And contact me so I can make your next move your best move.